The person that was shown in the video is not Monica. That was a ploy from Monica to make sure that people didn't see the bullshit that she was doing, because people were getting too close to who she was. Maybe, I don't know, too many people were searching for her. So she decided to give someone to the wolf.
Expose yourself, ho, but you can't do it because
Don't
you
call her
got,
a hoe.
in
She's
my
a
opinion,
mother. You're a father.
you got some criminal activity shit.
God.
You can't show your face. John, if she was your friend,
Why is
she
it
can
important
help
not
you up
showing
right
his face?
fucking now. Hey, dude, you can make history. You can
I'm not trying to make history. I don't need to
no
do this
shit
for
can make a
views.
million. How that
I would
hoe
never
show
ask
her
Monica
face?
to do that shit.
No. But stop asking us to do shit for you, damn motherfucker. Okay?
What am I asking you for?
Oh, wait. You know what, John? I'm gonna tell you something. Play with me. Play with me, motherfucker.
No. Mark. John is trash. Leave him alone.
Yeah, no. I'm saying, play with me.
Good luck, you guys.
Play with
Monica,
me.
I'm looking forward to the lawsuit. But
Yes.
remember,
Hello. You get the address, ho.
But remember, you have to show your face. Show your face. Show your face. You coward. Show your face. Who has a whole entire panel that hates your fucking guts?
Yes.
Nosy is telling the truth about Monica. And you're acting
So
like
you had Nosy on, Sherelle. You had
I knew her
Nosy on.
John.
I'm not going to protect
You guys
against
did
Nosy.
You did nothing about it.
I want to make sure you're saying this. You're saying we never helped you? Is that what you're saying?
We never said that. No,
Okay.
we never said
Well,
that.
clear up.
No,
What is it? What do you mean?
So, Sherelle and Perry, why didn't you correct Nosy just on your live
Let me get
before about when she called us drug addicts?
Because I'm not protecting you anymore. That's your damn
So
truth.
then,
I'm
then
neutral.
you're
You get to be
cool with
neutral.
it.
I'm
Then you're
neutral
cool
too.
with that.
Why didn't you defend me, John?
Oh, I'm too a bitch to goddamn us defend her.
Show
I'm
your
a hoe,
face. Show your
right?
face, Switzerland.
I'm too scared, right?
Your face. Show 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 your face.
You are 50 years old. What the fuck is this?
Monica, show your face. Show your face.
Thank you,
No,
Sherelle.
show your face.
Thank you.
No, not one
Thank you.
person.
Oh,
Not
wonderful.
one person, but
That
John
is
did.
wonderful.
Hands
Not
up for
one
you.
person. No, none.
Not one person.
Not one person. Terry,
Everyone that's in the chat. Everyone in the chat.
Right?
Everyone in the chat. Go check out Nosy Whole Live. Go check out Nosy's chat. Go check it out. Why did Monica click herself off? Because she knows she's never going to show her face because she is corrupt.
But let's be clear, where I believe Dani and everyone is connected to her and all, Dani and Monica, family, okay? This is the same family. When you listen to Monica, you're just like, shut up, Dani. You know where it came from.
Where's this narrative coming from that I didn't like you? Here's Ples right here. Here she is. We're going to just hash it out. We're going to hash it out.
We are. Hello.
Yeah.
So I heard some things because people kept inboxing me, and like you said, y'all, I didn't want this to be ugly, which was why when I gave my notice, I thought this was going to be a peaceful thing. So let me be very clear, Monica. You need to start watching things, and this is for anybody moving forward. Like I said on my video, I think y'all should actually go. You too, Marcella. You too, Schoolboy. I wished all of y'all well. I do not dislike any of y'all. I did not understand why this had to be like this, and maybe this is a bunch of non-communication. And if it is, I'll take that. However, I gave my truth on how it appeared to me and how I have been feeling. And I gave my reasons. So Monica, when I got off of my live and I heard people talking and telling me you were going live, I never said I was not paid. I didn't discuss money at all. I wasn't going to, I'm professional. I don't discuss how much each person is paid. And then you said I was paid more than everybody else. We never had group meetings. I don't know how much everybody is paid. And so
Can I just say something real quick? I just got to get this out real quick.
Hold on, wait. Just wait 1 second. If we're going to be honest about the pay situation, you offered $200. I agreed to $250. And you said the budget had opened up to $300. And at the time, it was early January. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And I did accept that because, as you said, there is a balance. We're getting paid and this is exposure. I never complained about the money. Anybody who, like I said, you need to go watch the video. I never said you didn't pay me. I said you were very nice to me for my birthday. That is why I stayed, because I've been thinking about it since everything happened with the So Debonair issue with that After Dark. I knew that was going to shift the energy if it hadn't already shifted. Then the next week came the issue with Marcella and Schoolboy getting into it on the live about the mama thing. And then we had our back talk. Princess, I did not discuss on my live what happened in that backstage talk. I did not go into detail about what happened. I just said these things occurred a week after So Debonair started praising me.
Can I just say one thing real fast?
Can I just address Marcella?
No, I need to say something real fast.
Okay.
Say something really fast.
Okay.
Let me get this out, please.
Okay.
Maybe I should end this live because I'm shaking right now. I need to say something and let me say it, please.
Okay.
Why couldn't you just call me? I expected so much more from you as an attorney, quote unquote. Why did you pick up the phone and say, Monica, are you okay? You were supposed to call me Sunday and you didn't call me. And I'm going live to say I'm no longer going to be on your panel, which I didn't know. You told me that you were going to come down to 1 day a week. And then we also agreed on maybe some, after darks and that kind of thing. And you said, okay, fine. Yeah, I could do that. You said, what about the pay? Am I going to get paid the same? And I said, okay, let me think about it. I literally had laryngitis from yelling at the kids all weekend. It was Memorial weekend. Why didn't you just text me and say, look, I got to get some stuff off my chest and I have enough respect for you before I do that or I go public with it, because I never pictured you to be the type to do YouTube wars. I hold you in such a high regard. You're a professional woman. And if you felt some type of way about something, you felt that we didn't like you or you felt uncomfortable or the energy shifting, why didn't you just text me and say, the energy has shifted. I'm feeling some type of way. Can we all get on a conference call? Because I have that much respect for you. Even when you were leaving, you didn't tell Schoolboy, bye, I'm leaving. I'm no longer going to be on the panel. Why?
See, I don't know if you just heard any of what you said, but you literally just disrespected me by saying an attorney, quote unquote. Now you're trying to shift it and say, I didn't tell the panelists. Monica, you have always acted and treated this as a business. The only time we talk is about a business. You may talk to Marcella on the phone. You may talk to Schoolboy on the phone. You have not called me and talked to me as a friend.
We have a group chat and people, you can pull the receipts, Schoolboy.
The
We
group
talk
chat,
every day. When I had Instagram, we would joke in the group chat. We would post things in there. We would kiki, all four of us. We would do that in the group chat. So
as a panel, as a business. We have not talked as business. I kept everything as business. I supported everyone as a business.
So I mean,
and then let me respond to all of what you said. So if for you to say we had an agreement, we did not. You asked, could I stay for 1 day? I asked you what would be the pay. You said, let me call you in 2 to 3 days. I have to think about it. That was on May 17th. I'm still waiting for a phone call from you.
In my opinion, you know how I took that? I wasn't feeling well. You could have said, listen, you were supposed to call me. Monica, what's going on? You could have sent me a text. Oh, let me guess. Now you couldn't do that?
Monica, you sit on live and say how you talk to everybody else or Schoolboy and Marcella every day. But
every day?
You can't talk.
Every day.
What? You literally said, I talk to Schoolboy. She's like my daughter. I talk to her almost every day. So you can talk to her almost every day, but you can't call me back in over 2 weeks about business. 2 weeks. What was I supposed to say?
I text you on Friday, which it wasn't 2 weeks. We communicated 2 days before you went on live and made your announcement. We communicated. A text is just like a phone call. I don't have to. No, can I just say? Can I get this out? Can I finish? Can I finish? I text you the Friday, the show that we had with Judge Joe Brown, and I said, I know I was supposed to call you, girl. I said, I'm gonna call you in 30 minutes, is what I said to you. And then you was like, okay, I didn't call. You said you was going away for the weekend. I said, okay, I'll call you. We agreed to talk on Sunday. We agreed to talk the day before you, 2 days before you went live. We agreed to that. And I said, I had gotten laryngitis. I wasn't even feeling good. I literally was in bed under the covers. I had to cancel Monday's show because I was not feeling well. I mean, I feel some type of way too. Like you could have said, girl, Monica, I need to talk to you. What's going on? You couldn't have texted me. It goes both ways. I feel like you could have texted me and said, hey, I'm just waiting on a phone call from you. Can you call me? For you to go live 2 days in a row, to me, this is how I perceived it. For you to go live 2 days in a row and put out narratives that paint people in a bad way, where Schoolboy is losing subscribers and people don't like her no more and they're attacking her, and people are saying nasty things about Marcella, people are saying nasty things about me. That's manipulative to me. I don't like that. And I hold you in a whole different regard than the behaviors that I saw of you going on live and doing that mess. First of all, I don't do this right here. I'm going to delete this live because I don't do this mess, this YouTube back and forth bullshit. Oh, me and you didn't have an argument. We didn't have we didn't say a cuss word between each other. You could have texted me back and said, Monica, I'm waiting to hear from you. What's going on? We texted 2 days ago.
Monica, you may want to revisit your timeline. I showed the text.
You got people calling me a liar. I don't even want to see the text anymore. Listen. I'm telling
because I'm giving my truth. Monica, you texted me after the show Friday and said, hey, I didn't make an announcement. I want to chat with you. And I told you I'm available now. You said, can we talk Sunday? I have something to do this weekend. I told you I'll be out of town Saturday. Yes, we can talk Sunday. When I got in at Sunday at 8:30, I texted you and said, I'm available. And you never responded all day, the rest of the night Sunday. You who always say, I'm up all hours of the night. You never
I gotta take this. Yeah, go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
Never responded Sunday. Monday, you were posting things. You posted videos. You posted all kinds of stuff. I didn't get a video. I didn't get a notice saying, hey, I'm not going.
I just got a phone call. I gotta end this live. I can't do this anymore. I wish you all the best. Take care. I think you intentionally did certain things. I didn't do anything. Watch the videos before you say you're disappointed. I didn't go live yesterday. I can't even get the words out.
I did not go live yesterday.
I can't even. So please, not live, but you made a pre-recorded video. That's what I meant.
Yes, saying that I was leaving for the same reasons I gave you. Time constraints, not mental health. Time constraints.
Well, people came to me. I didn't watch the video. I had a bunch of people come to me
your problem.
And said to me,
you're relying on
and said to me that Ples has negative energy.
I did not.
Negative energy in this kind
I did not.
All right, Ples. I wish you the best. I gotta get off this live. Everybody's saying, I have people attacking me now because of stuff that you said. I have people attacking Marcella.
I didn't say anything until y'all did.
Like, you know where it came from. You're just like, the word salad, the bullshit. I have a complete background. I was like, oh my God. Like, those people are connected to Tasha K. They're making money. All about the tea. People were ready to pay $50K to find out who she was. Well, down the rabbit hole is not as smart as fucking Monica.
First of all, the people saying, oh, John, I've known Monica for 7 years. Look at Twitter. Look how long me and Monica go back. And I am not, I am not going to just say, oh, well, whatever. She's a friend. I don't care how hated she is or how loved she is. I will stand by her. And I did defend her on one live. Me and Heidi went live and defended Monica. Because, I felt like, I've known her for years and I've never had anything bad with Monica. Not once in my whole life. She's always been there for me and Cody through 7 years of shit. And we've been through it. Housewives always been my first love, and me and Monica, and Monica's been around longer than me, but I have been friends with Monica for way longer than I've been friends with probably anybody on social media and combine them. So we have been together for a long, long time. And I respected the fact that people can't, if Sherelle don't like Monica, that's one thing. And if Monica don't like Sherelle, that's one thing. And I tried to stay neutral.
So fast forward to me. So June comes and the fallout with the panel happens. And John reaches out to me again and says, Sherelle wants to talk to you. She wants to make things good with you and her. So at that point, I was like, okay, whatever. I'll talk to her. She gets on the phone. Monica, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. When I get angry, I make up things. I asked, I said, Sherelle, why would you put that out there that I tried to out your marriage? You know that's not true. That never happened. When I get angry, Monica, I just, I say things and I have no control. I am so, so sorry. I just want to make things right between you and I. And I said, well, you have the video up still accusing me and John of doing this to you, and it's not true. Can you take it down? So immediately on the phone while she was with me and John, she took down the video immediately. But she never took the videos of you down saying that you're a drug addict. Never. And it was several of them. The gloves are off. I don't care what anyone says about me on the internet anymore. It really doesn't matter to me. YouTube is not how I make my money. I run several different highly lucrative businesses. I don't need to, so do what you want. Nothing. I'm not afraid of anything. I live a very Christian-like lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle. But getting back to the point, so she calls me, she gives this apology, and I have proof of the apology. So if you want me to pull that receipt, I can. And John was on the phone to back up everything I'm saying. I listened to her. I said, Sherelle, I accept your apology. Let's move on in peace. She took down the video that showed good faith to me. And then here we are, A couple of weeks later, she's on Nosey's channel saying she's scared for her life from me. I asked her to be on my panel. She refused, and I went psycho on her. I never asked that woman to be on anything involving me after what she had done to me. Never asked her to be on a panel. Never asked her to do anything. Saying that she says my husband is a truck driver who is a drug dealer. He smuggles drugs. You're gonna pay for that, Sherelle.
I must be on them.
You're gonna pay for that legally, Sherelle, because that is a complete lie that you just sat there and made up for clicks and views. Prior to this happening, like I think a week or two ago, she got into it with Jolene and Busy Blue. She called Busy a house ninja, a house, the N-word. Yeah. And she said she was going to end both of them. She was going to end them. She threatened them. It was nasty. They did a live about her and exposed her nasty text messages to them. And then 2 days later, here she is on Nosey's channel attacking me to deflect from what she did to them. And this is a pattern for Sherelle.
That's true. Okay, so back to that day. Sherelle had went on IG Live, I think it was Tuesday of last week, and said, I have an interview, truth's coming out. And then she called me after she announced the interview. And she said, listen, I'm going live on Nosey's channel. We're talking about Monica. What do you think? And I go, what do I say to that? What do I say to that? It's not that was the second phone call. So the first phone call was her telling me that she was going live with Nosey and she's going to tell her story and this, that, and the other. And I go, okay, I can't control what other people do. So if you feel like you need to do it, I'm staying neutral. I'm staying out of it. I want no part of it. And then right before they went live, Sherelle and Perry grilled me about we know you know who Monica is. We won't say anything. We're all friends. Just tell us who she is. And then I'm like, I know who she's not, And then the whole live with Nosey was about trying to, figure out who you were. So when push comes to shove, nobody knows who Monica is.
Listen, I don't know the backstory to when all this kind of went down, so I'm glad that you guys are filling in the gaps. For us, especially myself, a very small content creator, less than 4,000 subs, okay? And somehow I'm involved in this mafia scheme, underground. I mean, I don't even know what we're a part of at this point, and I've taken on a dead person's name. It gets more salacious as it goes, but that's besides the point. What I want to really say is it's interesting that you're saying what you're saying right now, because they sure as hell went live saying that for a fact, this is who this person is and who is it. They went up there, no paperwork provided, mind you, nothing. If somebody was accused of something, if you were in court and you were accused of something and you had no evidence, that's exactly what we're playing on YouTube right now. And it's not fair. I'm just throwing that out there. That's why when you said that, I just had to interject that in there.
Down the Rabbit Hole started on All About the Tea. Wiley started on All About the Tea, if they didn't start, they got popularity from being there. She has it was on John Waits. That's why I believe John Waits when he said that it was always planned. She wanted to have that camera slip. I don't believe for 1 minute that all those people are not connected, which explain also the terror people have with Dani, because I never understood. I'm like, why do people be terrified of Dani? Who the fuck is Dani? Dani has shown herself to be an extremely stupid person. Maybe she impressed her mom with the copyright and striking everyone out of existence. But now that people know how to fight the copyright strike, what does Dani offer? A shaky voice? Another thing. Monica said that her daughter has a speech impediment. Now I understand why Dani couldn't say the word channel before. She used to say chantel because she has dysphasia. I don't know how to say it in English. Either dysphasia or dyslexia, maybe both. They're not the same disorder. She has a speech impediment. And I'm like, oh, because when she was reading the text of people like on the screen at the beginning, you can tell that she has difficulty pronouncing the word. She has a speech impediment. And I will say good job to her because she did go to school and she did graduate. So good job. Oh, yeah, really a lot of character. And we are barely at the beginning. We're barely at the surface of everything. Because, like I said, I don't know why people believe the camera slip, and I don't know what happened directly after the camera split. Like, what happened? Like, no, she's not only her mommy's puppet, because, like I said, she came on the sector defending her mommy, and she's the one who basically took down her mommy's enemy, Nosy Ho. After that, she just basically incorporated mommy's personality, but she's way less, charismatic than her mom.
I was being respectful to a lot of my panel mates to where I didn't want to be seen very disrespectful, but some of y'all was on the money and some of y'all missed the mark. I'm sorry to say it, but some of y'all did miss the mark, but a lot of y'all was on the money about the situation. Happy birthday, King, and we here for you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Kitty Cat. Queenie, no doubt. Salute to you. Let me see who else. What's good, Lady J Bishop? Thank you for doing the right thing, the panel, because very negative and dark. I would like you and Ples to panel together. I will always work with Ples. I have no issue with anyone. I will work on the panel with Ples. And if people don't like what I have to say, because I don't have nothing against Ples, then that's their problem. And I'm so happy that a lot of people are hearing my message and they loving the message, because I'm all about light, love, and helping people. Misha C, she said, when you logged off, I already knew what time it was. Team Bishop, Team Plus. Yeah, I was done. I was, when I seen that, I was done. And I did not want that stream to happen. I put my hand on the Bible. I did not want that to happen because I don't like that mess. When you say you were friends with people, and you say, when people keep saying family, and I'm throwing up air quotes, because I knew that was a ploy when I first, came in contact with people on panel, and when that thing kept be throwing out family, I'm like, do y'all know there is such thing as dysfunctional families? Do y'all know such thing as people that don't speak to family members? And when I'm gonna get into it, fishing with Suburnia, thank you for the super chat. I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. Sabrina. Okay, thank you again. I'm probably butchering your name. All right. So again, hit the like button as the new people come on in. We're gonna talk about this. So let's go back to the very beginning when I came on to All About the Tea daytime show, and I had watched all the replays of the Potomac review, and there was a daytime panel on Mondays, and I enjoyed listening to it because I had found the channel through subscription because I was already subscribed to DJ Richie Sky, and shout out to that brother. He is a dynamic brother, and I enjoy listening to his content, and I would sometimes go to the gossip or the commentary side of the game because I enjoy their take on different shows that I watched. Now, if you like a dude like me, and who's very masculine, you can't talk to too many dudes about reality shows because most dudes don't watch that unless they have a wife or a girlfriend. That's how I got turned on to the franchise, was through one of my homeboys' girlfriends, because he was saying, oh, I'll sit down and watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta with my girlfriend. And when I turned on, I'm like, this is goofy. I ain't watching this. And so my sister was watching it like season 8. And then she's like, oh, you should watch this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, let me kind of look at it. So I started watching the reunions, and I was cracking up. So anybody know me, when I watch reality shows, I really live for the reunions because I don't really care for what leads up to it sometimes, unless the season is really, really, really good. Like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 1 through 5, I'll say. But after 5, it got kind of, scripted. So I kind of didn't like it anymore. So Potomac, boy, I didn't get turned on to Potomac until I got bored. And it was just when the start of pandemic happened. And I said, I watched all the reunions. I'm like, oh, this seems very interesting. Let me go back to the very beginning. And this was, take that back. It wasn't during the pandemic. It was 2019. So I had Hulu already. I said, let me watch the episodes, because I was like really intrigued with the reunion for season 4. And when I seen season 4, I was like, oh snap, I gotta go watch it from episode 1, season 1. And boy, did I tell you, I enjoyed it all the way up until the reunion of season 4. And I said, this is why this happened on season 4. And I fell in love with some of the characters. I want to say characters, some of the ladies on the show. And I thought they were like pretty, decent. I'm like, oh, this is an ensemble cast. So when I came back from Louisiana, because I went to Louisiana 2019 for Thanksgiving, I ended up start getting like, you know, different suggestions. I seen All About Tea, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go here. And so I started listening to the panel, and it was hilarious to me, like the way they'll interact with one another. And I was like, that is so dope. And I looked and I'm like, oh, that's DJ Rich Sky, he on here. And then I remember seeing on his channel, he's always talking about All About Tea, All About Tea. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. So I just fell in love with the channel. I liked it. I was like, I'm never calling in because my commentary and what I talk about is totally different from what they talk about. I occasionally talk about situations that's going on with people and that are like famous, you know what I mean? But I talk about it from the standpoint of what we can learn from that situation. So I thoroughly enjoy doing it that way because I always say there's learning. You can always learn from something in your life. You know what I mean? Especially just looking on to other people, because I'm that type of kid. You can ask anybody in my family. I'm that type of child. If I witness you do something and there's dire consequences behind, I learn from your mistakes. I don't want to be the idiot that followed right behind your mistake and I seen what the outcome was. Now, it does not mean that I'm boring where I don't think out the box. I think very much out the box and I have a good time, but I'm not gonna put myself in something that it don't make no sense. It just don't make any sense. So I remember one day calling in, I was wearing all white. I still remember to this day, I was wearing my white hat, my white shirt. And I came on and I said, let me just call on in this one time. And I said, make sure I look nice because I don't like looking a mess on camera. That's just me. I don't care how big I am. And, you know, people love to come at me sideways about me need to lose weight, whatever, not knowing that I'm currently losing weight. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. So I started, I called in. And so I was like, well, I might not get picked, whatever. And she said, oh, my God, like, let me pick the Bishop. And I was just shocked that I got picked. So it was I think it was the reunion. I think it was the last episode of the reunion, and we was talking about Pastor Jamal because it was so close to New Year's, and I started speaking on Jamal, and I was saying how it was hilarious when Monique had that binder. She called him Pastor Holy Whore, and it was a slam dunk, whatnot. And she said, "Oh my God, I hope you call back in later on." She's like, "I'm doing something tonight for or it was something for New Year's, whatever. I don't know how far it was, the days were, but it was close by." And she's like, I want you to come back, whatever. And so I told her, okay, I'll be back. So I came back and I was in the chat room. I was typing saying, hey, this is the Bishop at All About Tea. I'm here. Do you have the link? And so she finally sent me the link. And so, oh my God, I was telling everybody, where were you at? I was looking for you. So she was looking for me because she said she liked my aura and my spirit and what I brought to her. And she said she knew right then and there that we was going to be our all-star cast. And I do believe that that's what she felt. And she seen that the way our personalities were. So we started gelling and we started, fast forward, we started gelling and things of that nature. And I enjoyed the conversations, the flow of it. We were talking for a length because I'm used to being on panels that go over for a very long time. If you aren't familiar with the sector that I'm in, which is, it's pretty much a black male sector. And we usually be on panels. We had discussions, stuff like that. So I was used to that. But recently, like for a while now, I had stopped doing the long panels because I wanted to just do my content and build up my channel. And I've always had a channel. I was already at like about like in the, almost close to 2,000 subscribers. And, I was already, self-made. It was like nobody made my channel or anything like that. Because, people like to run with that narrative, like people made people's channels. And I'm not saying that's what she's saying, but I know how people get down. And so we start doing the channel, right? Get back to the story. We on the channel and we just, vibing and enjoying, talking to one another. And I enjoyed talking to each and every one of the ladies. And everybody know I'm the flirt on the panel. I can almost befriend anybody and find the good in them. And it's either up to you that you're going to burn me and mistreat me or do something to where I say, I'm good. So when we first started coming together, she's like, yeah, it's like a family and da-da-da-da. And I'm kind of like, whoa, okay. I'm just now meeting y'all. I can say that we have, I can understand if she would say we have kindred spirits, stuff like that. So I go along with it, but I still am watching. And like a lot of y'all wrote me, said, I could feel you have a discerning spirit. And it says a matter of time. When y'all kept saying that, like, he gonna be the next one to go. I'm like, dang, why y'all saying that for? Like, because I knew eventually, like what players are saying, all good things come to an end. It doesn't last forever. And I knew what she meant when she said that. I was like, okay, it's gonna be something. I know it's gonna, it's people don't always stay there. But I thought the caliber of people that was around, that they were gonna be okay with, like, if time's up, or we have to switch time or something. Because I'm the type of person where I'm very flexible. So like, I don't like to leave people hanging. I just don't. But however, how the situation turned out, I seen it with my own eyes how some people leave you hanging and leave for you to rot out and leave people to wonder what's going on. And I don't like when people have to sit there and wonder what's going on. I just don't. And I'm not even doing this for clicks and bakes, but I feel like, you know, I kept getting messages this weekend where when you start questioning my character and when people start questioning my integrity, that's where I say I draw the line at. And this is not like, again, this is not to drag or to put anyone down, you know, especially the host. I'm not here to put her down. However, I didn't like, you know, what was being done and what I was saying in the background.
I think
a picture of the ribs. Okay.
Oh,
Monica,
we
look
see
like.
you.
I'm trying to give you a picture of the ribs. Yeah, I know.
And we're gonna say it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be decorated, all about the tea.
Monica, your camera's on. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know. I turned it on. I'm trying to give you a picture of the ribs. Okay.
Do you hear that? Oh, Monica, your camera's on. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to get you a picture of the bread. Oh, my God. I'm like, oh, you thought it. Shut up.
Okay.
Oh,
Monica, we
look
see
like.
you.
Whoa! Oh my God! Oh no!
Oh my God, Monica,
Visual
you brought
confirmation on the avatar. Holy shit!
You're real. You're real.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
My ass. I am so sorry, guys. My ass. Okay. Like, what the fuck is this? No, I don't believe that. I'm sorry. Oh, no. We see you. Oh, be careful. Oh, my God.
He also admired another blogger on YouTube named All About the Tea. Her name was Monica.
Yes.
And he admired her. And so when Kyle passed away, she did like a memorial where people came up and spoke about him. And she invited me to come on to All About the Tea just as a guest, you know, commentator. You know, I was scared. I didn't know what I'm doing, but hey, Rico, I didn't know what I was doing, but she got me acclimated of being a YouTuber. And I learned a lot from her. I mean, a lot from her. Like, you know, people was coming for us in the chat and I was like, they don't even know me and they coming. And she would tell me every day, you got to have tough skin. If you gonna start doing this, they're going to talk about your mama, your kids, your everybody. And you're going to have to either snap back, clap back, or you're going to have to take it and cry. And so I learned a lot from her. But by coming on YouTube, you meeting a lot of people that you like them from speaking to them. But you really don't know them. You don't know if they're friend or foe. And they will pull you in like friends and then dog you out.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. So you would say what year was, so how long has it been? Like 5 years, you would say?
Yes.
Okay. So you started, you actually started creating content around that time?
No, I didn't create none. I was a blogger on All About the Tea. And All About the Tea had 100,000 subscribers. So sometimes, you know, I would even fight with my my coworker. You know, like I liked Bishop and Ples, but I had just an internal beef with Schoolboy who never did nothing to me. But you know, she just rubbed me the wrong way. She didn't seem like she was sincere to me. And what I felt, you know, it would be like in the back. It would be I was arguing with her, and then we had House of Princess, which I really liked her attitude and her drive and everything. You know, you get to love these people, but when things go wrong and you don't know which way to go, like when I left All About the Tea, because it was an internal dispute, and you know, I didn't know the whole picture. I didn't know the whole picture, and when I was asked my opinion, I offended the person I gave my opinion to. But you know, I was thinking, you know, the question was asked, do this person lie? And I said, yeah, they lie. And it was, I shouldn't have not said anything. I should have just not said anything because it wasn't my beef. It wasn't my beef in the first place. But I did. And then that caused, you know, All About the Tea to like break up, you know, not just my incident, but the incident between the two bloggers there, you know, and I was in the middle and I just.
And you're talking about Nosy Ho, right?
No, this is when I was All About the Tea, but then I got on Nosy Ho. And
before you go there, I want to backtrack a little bit because I want to understand. So when you say that you were a blogger on her channel, what did that look like? So were you like a panelist?
Yes.
And you would contribute? Really? And there were several of you?
Yes.
Wow.
And see, the other 3 were the permanent panel, and I was just a guest. But then I was coming up every day. And then, you know, I was the wild card. Like, we had a lawyer, very intelligent. We had a bishop, and a real bishop of God.
Okay.
We had
you know what, Shade? What that mean? You being shady?
Who, me?
Yes.
No, he was a bishop.
Oh, okay.
He was really about God. He wasn't like, he gave without cursing, he gave his commentation in a, you know, in a decent way as a man.
Right.
And then you had Schoolboy, and you had me. And Schoolboy was sort of the wild one, but I think that when I came on, I became the wild card.
So you feel like there might have been some competition, or like?
Not on me, because I felt comfortable with her having her perspective. Like, this is what everybody need to realize. YouTube, everyone has an opinion.
That's right.
People get mad at your opinion. You don't come up here and say, like the sector I'm in, if you're doing your opinion, you better say allegedly. Over here in this sector and in the B sector, you say what you feel. But everybody knows it's your opinion, because I don't know you, Sammy, and I can say, okay, I don't like your hair. And it's my opinion, but I have to say, allegedly, I don't like her hair in my sector. Everything got to be alleged. But over here and in the B sector, we could tear people up and it'd be words to words. But over in my sector, everybody, they are so tender. And
yeah, they sensitive.
Yeah.
We're going to get into your sector now. So let me ask you, what do you prefer more?
Back then, like 3 years ago, I preferred the beef sector and the black tea sector.
Really?
But honestly, I started feeling pain in my body, like headaches, and worrying about how you gonna come back on somebody. And it was affecting me in my real life. Like, I'll be saying, I gotta get this motherfucker tonight. What am I gonna say? And you know, once I say something to somebody, that's it. I'm like that in my real life, in my business that I own. I'm like that on the YouTube streets. Once I say something, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. After I've said what I gotta say with you, I'm done.
I know that's right.
Over here in the T sector, once you pat somebody, you get them, they got to come back at you. Then you feel you got to come back at them. In my sector right now, if I say something and you come back at me, I'm gonna let you keep coming back at me. I'm gonna keep letting you do it, and then I'm gonna come back with a pow, real hard. And I do that in my sector now.
Oh, I bet you do, because you don't play. You don't play. Now, so you were getting ready to I interrupted you because I wanted to kind of just understand how that time with All About the Tea. Now, shout out to Unapologetically Mika, who we sat down with last week, and I know you guys are acquainted. You guys are girlfriends, right?
No, we are co-workers. I'm your co-worker. I'm her co-worker. Yes. But you know, when you speak to people personable on the phone, you find out personal things about them, and then you either love them and you keep what they told you private, or you trying to gather information. But with Mika, I loved her perspective. You know, I loved her perspective.
Hold on. Now, is that the infamous live with Soul Debonair and Nosy Ho when that woman came up? Okay, because I remember seeing that. Now, how did you? What was your perspective when all of that went down? Because it was like a big no.
I didn't get involved.
Okay.
Because I didn't approve on that. I didn't approve of that. So what I did,
you knew that woman wasn't her, right? I just want to,
and I said that. But you know what? When you on these YouTube streets, my perspective was being with my husband. I seen what they did to the woman after the fact. After the fact. And so when I got tired, when Nosy came for me, I came for Nosy. And Nosy didn't mess with me no more because Nosy forgot that she lives in my town. She lived in Times Square, and it was time to take shit off YouTube. And that's all I say about that.
You was ready to take it off of YouTube.
It went off of YouTube at her favorite restaurant.
Oh, well, damn. Look at her. I remember, child, I wasn't even a content creator. I remember seeing that live pop up on my feed, and I was like, what is this? It was a whole lot of. Now, when that episode happened and they accused this woman of being all about the tea, how long after did all about the tea kind of like go away, or what happened?
But for real, I don't think she ever went away. Because the page is still there. It's still good content. Coming from that page is just no panels. But Rabbit, I don't know if y'all remember Rabbit. Rabbit came to me and just told me, look, just come clean. And it was Sunny who came to me first, told me to look, just come clean about everything. And I said I would do an interview with Rabbit. And, you know, with the interview, I agreed to tell my part in everything. When I say that I kept receipts, and I was able to show where my part was minimum. And I gave up every receipt I ever received, response, timestamps, whatever. So when you're up here, it is good to keep receipts, because no receipt is too old. Like, I got receipts from my sector, but when I first came on this mug, and you just don't trust people, you start keeping a file on people. Yeah,
you said that the other night. You keeping files, okay? And for you, when you say that, you're listening to certain things. You're, you know, like when they go live and different things like that, right? I mean, you're also maybe doing a little investigating, or...
And I stay in the bushes, just like Rabbit was able to investigate and connect the dots. Maybe my receipts helped her connect the dots to Mika, and then Mika came out and gave her receipts. However it was, once I gave my receipts, then me, myself, I knew that I was not in this no more. And that means I don't need to talk about it to nobody no more. Let them continue to do their investigation, and it'll all come out in the wash. Now, with Nosy Ho, I'm not going to say it was all a bad time. Because we used to, when we wasn't talking about that subject, you know, Tulsa tried to jump in, try to get Buck Yang Yang. And Tulsa started with me on All About the Tea.
Like, oh, we see you, Monica. We see you, for like 10 to 30 seconds. Oh, I know, it's okay. I just want to show my ribs. Oh, Monica, we can see you. Oh, Monica. And the person is just like, if it's you watching the phone, why can't you just take the phone? Like, what is wrong with you? What is this? What is this? What is this? Did she ever show her ribs? No. So when I'm telling you, this shit was stupid to watch, I was like, this is not real. I refuse to believe this shit, okay? No, you will have to be a literal idiot.
I'll say that, please. No one who likes you is not going to invest in you. And she does.
Said she didn't like me, Lakeisha.
No, I'm just saying that on my own.
Stuff started happening that said people said that I felt I was overshadowing this place. And since they feel like that, allegedly, I am going to walk away so I won't be a problem anymore. And it was evidenced by the comments being deleted against me. As I said in my video that somebody hasn't watched, but they want to talk about, I wished everybody well. I wish this platform well. I wish Marcella well, Schoolboy, Princess, Bishop. I wish everybody well. And as I said, I will be big enough to say, when you delete this, I'll delete my live. I'm not deleting the announcement because it wasn't a live. It was a pre-recorded, actually very nice video saying that I was leaving for time constraints. It said nothing about anything negative about any of you all. And if people have started to leave y'all in my live, I actually said, don't go to their pages. Don't troll them. Don't say anything about me. Let me go in peace. Let me do me. They will do them. And all of us will grow together. There's enough money, fame, whatever you want, success. And there's enough out here for all of us. We will all make it when God wants us to make it. I have cheered every last one of y'all on. Could I be on every live? No. Could I be in every picture? No. But I have supported every last one of y'all. Marcella, I never said you didn't support me. I did say I don't feel like you really like me, but I never said you didn't support me. And I said I didn't, hold on. I said I didn't feel like you didn't like me because of different comments you would make on the show. I'm just telling you how I felt, Marcella. Right. And I'm saying that because of the timeline of how everything happened with Princess and So Debonair, I didn't get into the specifics of that. I just said, based on this timeline, all of this happened, and then you became a permanent panelist. All of you all were rotating, and then all of a sudden you were permanent. So I don't understand why I have to go. Again, the rules are different for me. I'm supposed to go to the team and say things. No, I didn't say that was your fault. I said, I don't understand why the rules are different for me. So I guess, this is more Monica. I don't know why I'm supposed to go to the team and tell them things when I don't get told things as a teammate. I don't get that courtesy. I don't get to, hey, this is what we're talking about tonight. I got to look on YouTube to see what the topics are tonight.
But I'm not in your group text. Am I in your group text?
No, I didn't say that.
I have to go to YouTube to find out.
I didn't say any of that.
Because you got people hating me and talking.
I don't have people hating you.
Something to you. You said you felt like I didn't like you. You didn't say I said I didn't like you.
I didn't say
I didn't like you. I don't work, but I support you. I'm there. You see me there on your post.
Marcella,
you said that's what you felt like. I understand it, but I never treated you.
When I see somebody, when I give a clear, very nice, professional video saying I'm leaving for time constraints, and I have people inboxing me all day. Listen here. I'm just telling you what. So just like I didn't tell anybody to be mean to y'all or to delete y'all, I have people in my inbox saying, "Are you okay?" They said you're crazy.
Say you left for mental health.
I'm just telling you.
Go back and look. That didn't come out my mouth.
Marcella, I'm just saying. You're saying people are doing things to you. People are coming to me saying, "Are you okay?" They said you crazy. You got mental health issues.
Can I finish? Well, that's not even what I said.
Can I say one thing?
Lakeisha, can I just say this real fast? That's not even what I said. Like I said yesterday, I had several people come to me and said, players were saying, you guys, the channel affected her mental health and she's departing ways. And in the comment section, they were saying that people were saying, guard your mental health. Your mental health's important. If their negative energy over there, that's neither here nor there. You made a video. You said it was nice. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the video yesterday, the pre-recorded. Yesterday wasn't alive. Tonight was alive. A lot was said. There's a lot of miscommunication going on. When I felt better, I should have called you, but I also felt like maybe you should have reached out to me and said, I need to really talk to you. I really need to talk to you right now because I'm about to go live. And I'm about to drop a pre-recorded video and things are going to blow up.
Anyone to think that I'm not appreciative, I just think that my job here is done. And I really appreciate everyone helping me out to get to the bottom of everything that actually led me here. And I'm actually going to get off because I don't want to cry. But I'll just have to go because I really, I hate crying in front of people.
Because I'm the type of guy where I'm a man's man. I don't get into females' business. I don't get into women's business. I just don't do that because to me, I feel like it shouldn't be more than one person on one person. More than one person, it should be a one-on-one. But that's what peed me off when I seen that it was more than a one-on-one. And I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So we fast forward, we get to March. Now, before this situation happened, a lot of us would talk in a Instagram chat, which it was just 4 of us. It was the main 3 panelists, and it was Monica, and it was Ples, me, and Schoolboy. So it was just 4 of us. And we had this group because we were the only people on the panel at the time. So we were talking and we'll interact with one another. We'll say hello, good morning. Because I'm the type of person where I like to say hello to people. I don't like just jumping into a conversation. And so we were interacting, the host would ask us, hey, would y'all like to talk about this? What should we talk about? She just said, and then she'll bring something to our attention. Like, I think I'm going to talk about this. And then after a while, those conversations started, dying less and less. And so we never really hear nothing. So from this point on, we get surprised with topics. And some topics, we were cool with, and some topics like, dang, like this is kind of harsh. Like, this is kind of a bit much, like, and I'll see it. And I took it as I'm not in this sector. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe this is to draw people in. And I understand that because you want to pull people in. Because sometimes when I have topics, I'll be looking at my thumbnail sometimes, and I look at my title because I'm a very straightforward person. And I had to really tap into my creativity. But before, I would just be straightforward. What's in the title is what it's going to be about the topic. That's just me. Because I like for people to understand what I'm about to talk about. And so I learned from the game that, that could be very boring because you want to draw people in. But however, after a while, the topics become very salacious and it'd be like clickbait. Like some people said it was clickbait. And again, I get it. But sometimes when the title don't really correspond with the commentary, and then once we read the facts, it don't really pan out to what it is. To me, it's like, well, dang, like you kind of set these people up for this. And that's why we always say, reading is fundamental, and then actually listen to the whole thing so that we can get understand. So I understood that after a while, so I never fought nobody for that, but I just kind of, in my mind, I'm kind of like, dang, like this is kind of messed up. You know what I mean? And I noticed we kept harping on the same people. And this is what players were speaking to that I agree with. Sometimes these topics would be dug up because there's nothing to talk about. And our thing was this, and this is how we felt. When we don't have nothing to talk about, we can just take the night off because there's nothing to talk about. There's no real news. But the problem is when people are looking for $1, they'll dig up anything on anybody or try to find something that will get people to click and try to get their views or whatever. And honestly, I just didn't like that. Honestly, I just didn't. Because it was not fair. Because when you're trying to be that desperate for a topic to talk about something, you would start digging up stuff to where it just start becoming very mean-spirited after a while. And I have to keep it real. I'm just keeping it real, you guys. I'm not here to dog Monica. I'm not. But that's how it came across to most of the viewers. And it came across to some of the panelists. I can't speak for anyone else, but I'm just saying some of us didn't feel quite right about it.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm trying to reiterate to you guys. Is that don't say that, oh, and let's be clear. And I also want to put this out here too. We get actually paid to be on this panel. We get paid. No panel on YouTube do you ever get paid. She wanted to do half the work and still get paid. Monica pays us. But I'm going to tell the truth and stop lying. Because the thing of the matter is, it is my fight. Because the thing is that you should be grateful that somebody gave you a panel to even speak on. Because let's be clear, when you start on YouTube, nobody comes out with as many followers as any of us have. Better Me Too, you're so messy, and I noticed that you're the problem. I'm not the one that's the problem. I'm not the one that's a problem. I can't keep friends. How about you check the people out? I can't keep friends in relationships. Oh, okay. People leave jobs. It's about the respect when you leave a job. You don't disrespect other people when you leave the job. That's what I'm talking about. I wasn't shading anybody. I was making jokes. And let's be clear. And why is Monica not speaking for herself? Monica can come on here and speak if she would like to. But the reason why I'm coming out here and speaking is because every single night, she's the one doing this for clicks and views. Anybody that I have not been friends with anybody anymore, I've never got on any of my platforms and talked about them.
No, Ples gave a 2 weeks notice. Ples is a heavy debater. Now, at first, I thought Ples was in her feelings. I did think that. And she was talking about the fat people, and I was trying to bring gravity to the conversation because Monique did start bringing that conversation like skinny girls are evil, and then I didn't know nothing about Lizzo and what she talks about on her channel, so I couldn't attest to that. And then Monica said Lizzo does that too. She talks about skinny women, blah blah. And then Ples like, well, there's a fat phobia, and they went back and forth about it. And I did say they do it. People do that is like the one thing people go at is fat shaming. They do that. However, I'm a whole man. I'm grown. I don't care about all these shamings and phobias and all this other stuff. That don't bother me. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. People make fun of people. That's just how the world rolls. The world is cruel. It is what it is. So I understood what they were saying, though. So, when as the show goes on, we get towards the end. Everybody's on a good note. We're all laughing. We all kicking it, whatever. And it was like a normal show. Like, even if it gets heated, we all leave on a good note. I never left off on a bad note of a show. I never have. Now, there were some topics I wish we never talked about, but I never left off on like, I can't stand so-and-so. She can't stand me. Well, at least I didn't think, he, she, or he, whatever, can't stand me. Because like I told Monica and Schoolboy on the phone, I said, when I turn this off, it's off. Everything seemed cool. You know what I mean? So, and she said, do you think we should do a show on Monday? Or you think we able to? I said, yeah, I think we could be able to do a show because I don't have no plans Monday. Monday comes along. She texted me and said, we're not going to have a show. I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. So I was fine with that. It's Monday. Woohoo. I'm going to have to do a show. Like I told y'all, this takes a lot out of you when you're always on camera. It's easier to do the voiceover like I'm doing right now to talk to you guys because I do this for my solo shows. But I be on camera when it's like Fifth and Benediction, like we do tomorrow and Thursday with my brother Ronan. Shout out to my brother Ronan, Fifth and Benediction. Y'all check it out tomorrow. We have our show. So, and we always advertise our A game. So get your A game, fellas. It's pinned in the chat room. And so, we do the Tuesday show. We be together, whatever, and I be on camera. So it takes a lot out of you. So when we're off, oh, cool. We get to be off on this Monday because we rarely ever get any days off through the week. Thank God we no longer do Sunday reviews. I was so glad when April came and there was no more reviews for what's that show called? Marriage Huntsville. Monday comes and she texts me. She's tired. She wants it off, whatnot. And I was cool with that. And so Ples calls me and she's like, well, I haven't heard anything from her and I have not been given no official announcement that I haven't heard anything. And she already gave her 2 weeks notice and she's professional. This is the 31st. It's been 14 some odd days. It's been 2 weeks, y'all. And she haven't heard nothing back from Monica when she told me this. And I was like, wow. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. And she's like, well, I'm going to announce it on my channel. And I said, well, hey, you got to do what you got to do. And that's what I told her. So there's no, nothing misconstrued about that. And I said, whatever you got to do, what you got to do. And so I get on the phone and we hang up and we stop talking, whatever. We hang up with one another. And she gave her video and she told it. And she told the reasons why, what's going on, blah, say, blam. And I was like, all right, cool. It is what it is. Now, in the meantime, what was going on? Now, I'm going to say this. Now, I talked to Ples before then. We had a conversation. And I hope she don't be upset. I'm going to say this. And she told you this guys on the air about the deleted comments. Now, she did mention that to me with the deleted comments and our links weren't working for people to come subscribe to our channels. She told me that. I didn't feel no ways about it because I was like, that's messed up. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Some of the comments were kind of like disparaging Schoolboy and Marcella and sometimes myself, depending on which one it is. But they'll say she the most intelligent one. That didn't bother me because everyone has their own group of fans or not fans, a group of people that like them. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like calling people fans, but it just, how people look at it. But a group of people that like watching them. But when it came, like the day came, she put out her video. Now I'm with my nephew and I seen that, players that left the video. So it was like 12 minutes long. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it later. And it was just saying, farewell and new beginnings. And she's very professional. So I'm like, I don't think it's nothing like that, whatever. So I didn't think nothing of it. So I'm like, I'm gonna watch it later. And later on, I get a phone call. Now my phone didn't buzz. So my phones don't do not disturb throughout most of the day. Unless you're one of my favorites, you get through right away. The phone will ring. So I looked at my phone. I see some number. I'm like, this number is not familiar. So I call back the number, and then it was Schoolboy. That she was talking to me whatnot, and so me and her never interacted on the phone like that. And this is why I thought this was strange. And again, I'm telling the business, like I said, folks don't like me no more. It's fine, but this is a pivotal moment for me to even tell this part. Like I said, I don't want to tell what the conversation was, but I'm gonna tell what I said in the conversations because I think it's good for me to say. So she said, let me bring in Monica. Now I'm telling you, most time these people do not call me like that. Well, Monica has my number, and when she said, you busy? She texts me. I say, no, I'm not busy. She'll call me. But that's very far and few between because we don't talk like that. And Ples was right about that. None of us talks like that unless it's like Schoolboy and Monica, because they admitted that before on the air, like they talk all the time. So when she said that on the panel and they said he didn't, that's when y'all see me like roll my eyes and I turned my camera off. And that's when I laid back when they was going back and forth and they was yelling. I wasn't feeling that because I felt like, okay, now you gaslight. And to me, I don't like that type of stuff. So what happened? I was on the phone. So I'm sitting there listening, whatever. And some things, she was saying, what, you see this video? And Monica admitted, like she admitted on the air, that she did not watch Ples's video. And I said, and I was trying to tell both of them, and I did tell them eventually once they kept, going back and forth. And I was mainly quiet on the phone. And I was like, okay. And I'm quiet because I don't know what's going on. And then again, people record phone conversations because she admits that she learned that. And I'm a little leery about that because you're recording phone calls. I'm like, oh, that's messed up because I haven't heard the video. I'm being told what the video is. So I said, I haven't heard it. So I don't know. I got to check it out. I was like, what do you think about that? What did you just kept telling me what I think about it. I'm like, well, I don't know. I can't speak on it. I haven't seen it yet. And so at this time, nobody knew that my cousin aunt had passed away. And I'm just sitting there listening, like, and this conversation went on for 2 hours, y'all. And I'm looking like, y'all don't ever call me or even try to find remotely to even know what I'm doing in my everyday life in the first place. Like the only time we talk is like literally talk over the phone is when I'm not over the phone, but like just audibly, I should say, not texting, is when we're on 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes before the show. And I try to ask people how their day is and this and that third. I will say, Marcella tried to reach out to me one time before and I didn't get back to her because I wasn't used to IG phone calls and I told her that. And that's why I said, once me and Marcella talked, I knew a lot of stuff she was not doing. So, and people like to put that on her. I read some of the comments and I didn't think that was cool because once she told me, she like, I didn't know some stuff and she let me know. I was like, that's so messed up. People assume that she knew that. because I didn't know what was going on on most of the parts. What was going on? Because I stay out of women's business, you guys. I keep telling y'all this.
You know, first of all, the people saying, "Oh, John, you know, I've known Monica for 7 years. Look at Twitter." You know, so that was that, and then you know the live happened, and I knew, you know, and I watched the whole live. I did, and then like I could post about 500 screenshots of people in the text. Now Sherelle never mentioned my name on the live, but because Sherelle's friends with me, my name got dragged through the fucking mud on Nosey's channel over and over again. Oh, like I you know, there were 3 people in the chat, 3,000 people in the chat, and my name kept getting highlighted over and over and over again. Oh, John, how could how could Sherelle be friends with John? She's, you know, Monica, you know, he's friends with the world's worst person ever. Like I'm friends with Hitler, right? Like, you know, Monica, you're Hitler. Did you know that? So after that, like, you know, and I said to Sherelle, I said, like, you know, this is going to start a floodgate that you can't close. And, you know, I know that Sherelle never intentionally meant to hurt me when she did the live about Monica on Nosey's channel. And, you know, or Perry, I didn't think they, you know, they were like, oh, let's get John. Let's go. You know, I never thought that in a second. But because of that, I have been getting so much shit every second of the day for like the last like week. Because like, oh, John, you need to pick a side. Because the allegations that Sherelle said against Monica were so over the top that how could I be friends with Monica when she's saying all this? And then the people from Monica's side were saying, how could you be friends with Sherelle when she's claiming all these lies? And it put me in a really, really bad spot. So that's why I didn't talk about it. That's why I didn't go live with anybody. That's why I didn't do anything, because I thought maybe, you know, let's wait for this all to blow over.
Yeah. And I'm, you know, I think it's a fair question, Monica and John, because people are asking, how did I get involved? Anti-acids. How did I get involved? And I would like to answer that. And I'd like to give a little more backstory, because for me, it's a little bit different than your guys' friendship. And if that's okay, just so I can clear some things up. My first videos were not about Nosy. Okay. I have those videos on private. I'm a newer content creator. I actually opened my page in February. You know, I hustled and got monetized in about 90 days under mentorship. Really great women. Okay. And so for me, I came in and I have a different way of seeing things. I'm a little bit objective. You know, I'm not necessarily always in agreement with everyone. Matter of fact, I was studying all about the tea and some of the content. And so when that started, I mean, I was doing content. I didn't necessarily agree with all this stuff. That was fine. That's Monica's channel. But I would use that comment as commentary for my channel. And so then that's how I came to know. So the day that the stuff happened with the panelists, I think I was one of the first channels to talk about Plez, because, you know, she was my favorite panelist. And then it kind of trickled down from there. And so I just wanted to clarify, number one, my first video wasn't about Nosy Ho. Please don't flatter yourself. I know I'm not at like 10 or 15,000 subs, but I will tell you why I've made videos about her specifically. You see, I'm Mexican, okay? And so for me, when you talk about, there you go. When you talk about illegal immigration, when you talk about immigrants, when you degrade, and you can't deflect and say, I haven't done that. Because guess what? We've all seen it. You cannot move away from that and at least own it, okay? But again, you can drag and you can call me, you can talk about my looks or whatever, or the fact that I'm a rodent, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But I just really would appreciate that we at least say what's really out there. That's why I started with that, because I really didn't like the way in which people were being treated. But again, everybody has an audience, right? And I'm not going to go there and tell somebody anything. I just did my videos. It was the way in which I dealt with some of what she was saying, because at one point I was a sub of hers. I'm not anymore, right? So that was that. And so then from there, from when all the panelists, you know, I interviewed a panelist as well, and I stopped talking about this issue with Monique Tolbert. No one had reached out to her to help her out.
And all these innocent people, like they're like, you know, they're still up there. people's lives are getting ruined because every time Nosy says, "Oh, this is Monica," like I've gotten like 25 death threats today. Oh, we're gonna put you in the grave, John, because Nosy talked about me. We're gonna kill you.
That blew up.
Yeah, like
part of it, and then the house caught on fire and all that fucking shit, like, and the families inside of it. Like what?
And I don't know why. Well, I know why. Because I would, if I, in my words, I said if Sherelle had to tell her story about Monica, then she should have done it on her channel instead of reaching out to the person who hates Monica the most. Why do you have to attach yourself to Nosy? Why can't you just say what Monica's done to you on your own channel? At least, and you'd be making money off of it. I know that Nosy's not sending the $1,000 in super chat she made or Sherelle's live to her. We know that's not happening. And what's also important is that, how it came to light. Sherelle had told me, "Oh, I'm talking to Nosy," and Nosy has a horrible reputation. It was bad. And when Sherelle told this to me, she's like, "Oh, well, Sherelle's Nosy is gonna go after Busy Blue because she doesn't like Busy Blue, and we need people on our side." Because a day before that happened, Sherelle had to publicly apologize to Busy Blue about what she said and this, that, and the other. So it was like a deflection. So let's get Nosy involved so she can attack Busy Blue. And then that's one less person we have to worry about. Okay. And then what happens? She brings Nosy on to talk about Potomac. And then the next day she does the live with Nosy about Monica. That was never told to me. And I would go on Sherelle's channel and talk about Housewives. So then all of a sudden now you have Nosy as a panelist who's talking about Housewives. And then the next day it's, let's get Monica. And I have never seen Nosy on Sherelle's channel, not one time. So in the grand scheme of things, Nosy was she got all her subs from, eviscerating you, Monica. And now she's talking about Housewives and, it just didn't make sense to me. Zero. Did you and Sherelle ever say, "Oh, no, you're wrong, he's not on drugs"? Me and Perry have been steadfast in our thing saying that John's never on drugs, but you let Nosy sit there.
It's not my job to stop her. Did you stop Monica? Did you stop Monica?
What?
No. Hold up. Did you stop Monica when she was running the rap, right?
This is
John.
And you know that people are saying shit about us.
Right? I'm torn between friendships. I'm torn between friendships. I got Monica that's defending me that I don't know how deep that shit go, but it's some serious shit if you never met her, right? But you got Sherelle who defended you, right? Now, this ain't about Monica.
Where was Sherelle defending me?
This ain't about Monica.
This is about you, John. Drug addict 20 different times on your last live.
I don't need the avatar to speak up.
John, nothing.
I don't need the avatar to speak up for shit right now because this is about me and you.
She's not speaking about it. John is talking to you right now about it. He just asked you a question.
I get it. Now you acting like the avatar, okay? In the background. I'm asking John this question.
I'm not an avatar. You know exactly who I am. I am right here. I am talking to you. When I'm talking to you, I talk to you. Don't play with me.
This is like last year. This is like deja vu in last year. Like the same fucking shit that's going on.
No.
Oh, damn.
My thing is this, John, and seriously, this is how I feel about it. When you was down and out,
Monica left you.
Monica threw you under the bus, and you said for yourself, she left you for dead.
You said that.
Am I right?
I never said that.
Oh, John, stop.
Okay.
John. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how deep
What
y'all
a
shit
liar
goes,
he is.
but you
What
out
a
here,
liar.
Terrell, what the fuck did I do to you now?
John, you on here right now.
No respect for John.
John,
all right, I'm gonna head out. I definitely don't want to be part of
everything to tell. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what she is to you.
Monica, you didn't say Monica left you for dead. You didn't say she kicked you off your panel. And the bitch, you said bitch. You said the bitch left me for dead. I made that up. You didn't say that, John?
And then she
I got off Monica's panel because of all this bullshit that were going on right now.
John, you showed.
Did you say that? Did you say the bitch left me for dead? Did you say that, John?
You showed text of Sherelle.
You fucking liar. Be a man. Stand up and tell the truth. And Monica,
man up. You want me to man up? Every
gaslighter that's going
downhill. Fucking Monica on that live with Nosy was a goddamn fucking lie.
You a fucking man. You speak up for yourself.
You said about Amber. You want me to man up? I will man up.
Is this about Nosy?
It's about Nosy. It's about you and Monica.
Monica's a crook. Oh, Amber's doing this. Amber's doing that. Amber's doing this. And then you, let me change it. Oh, Monica's doing this. Monica's doing that. Monica's doing that.
Oh, right.
Question. I said, did you say that bitch left me for dead? Did you say that, John?
We'll wait. Post it, Sherelle.
Did you say no? Did you say it? Look me in my face and tell me you didn't say that shit.
I can't see your face.
Tell me you didn't say that shit. Tell me you didn't say that. Am I making it up? How low are you gonna go? You are pathetic. You didn't tell me. No, let's wait.
Oh my
God. You
God.
That bitch left me for dead. She kicked me
I
off.
never said that. So post it. Post
you
it.
Didn't say that? No,
post
look
it.
me in my face and tell me.
I didn't say it.
Oh my God.
John. Okay.
No more to say.
No.
I
got it. But let's use reasonable thinking here, okay? We know you was on her panel.
Monica,
you was on her panel.
And did you not? Did you
not? You made up the rumors that we were.
Sherelle, Sherelle. The fact that you said that you
okay, I don't know anything about friendship.
I don't know why you can't stand up to her. Stop lying. You call her a fucking bitch.
John, I have to head out.
He told people.
Way too much.
Well, listen, if I called Monica a bitch, it's not embarrassing. You're saying that I was shooting her in between my toe.
Monica was the one saying that you were drunk. And she said it to somebody behind the scenes. Don't make me put you on blast. Don't make me put you on blast. You said John was the drug addict. You said it, and I got people that will come on and testify that you said it.
I said who what? I said who what?
Monica is the one that said that you were on drugs. She told people from behind the scenes, and don't make me get them to come on and vouch for that.
Yeah.
It was Monica. She said you were on drugs. She said they live in hotels.
Monica,
she's the one that ruined your name, and you're protecting her.
Monica, you made this up.
All that.
Come on, speak up, Monica.
Don't make me bring people on my panel to out you, Monica. You know you're the one
John. You sold me up for some bitch who's more popular than me on Instagram right now. Get the fuck out of here with this shit.
She's not talking about you. Me and Carrie stood up for you. We stood by your side when no one else did. Yahoo had you up against the ropes, and we were like, "Leave him alone."
He's suing you.
Oh, that didn't happen.
I got you. No. Don't worry about it.
I made that up, John.
They'll be back on your ass.
They'll be back on your ass
next week. And then where's the avatar gonna be?
Right, because you're gonna flip on me.
And I dare you.
Where's the avatar on me? Like, we see the writing on the wall.
Where they gonna be? John. Where they gonna be?
Monica, you never told John that. You never told anyone that John was on drugs, and that's why he listened until you never said that.
Never. And you know that.
Oh, you are lying.
You know it. And if you have the proof, you on your channel.
That's what's up.
If you have the proof, I don't have those discussions.
You know what?
Not my friend.
I can't expect that from you. If you can't show your guy, if you can't show your face,
you're fraud. Show your face.
This is not
You're
productive.
fraud. You're fraud. Show your face.
Help your friend out right now.
Okay.
No, if John was really your
What you, Sherelle and Perry, what you do to John?
Help your friend out.
Speak over him. Intimidate people.
Stop! Everybody stop!
John, don't cry. Dry your eyes. Dry your eyes. I'm gonna quit.
John, can I speak or no?
Okay.
Your channel.
Like, yeah, get rid of that.
No, I'm not crying. You know what I mean?
Because no one's crying here.
Oh, your face.
No.
Your face.
Are you here to help?
Or speak at once. This is a hot mess.
I don't know you.
Okay,
I don't know you. I don't know you.
John.
Stop
it. John.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I don't know you. Do I know you? Do I know you? Who are you? Who are you?
This is a ass mess. Stop it. We can't hear nothing.
Monica, hear this. Monica,
Well, we can't hear shit while you talking.
Show
You
your
can't hear
face.
shit while you talking.
Stop it! One at a
No,
time.
no. Stop it. Get the hell out.
I don't know you. I don't know you.
I mean, you
Chance to
want to
talk. Stop it.
Who are you? Who
The
are
bottom
you?
line is, I don't give a fuck who she is.
If you let
Who
me,
are you?
I don't give a fuck
please.
who she is.
Stop
I don't give
it.
a fuck who she is.
Monica,
Can
no.
you help out?
One at
Jerry
a
Beth,
time.
can you help out?
You're Yvette. I don't know you. Mind your
Can you
business.
help out John? Can you help out John? Can you
I don't
tell
know
us
you.
who
I don't know
Monica
you.
is?
Please
I
stop it,
don't know
please,
you.
Can you tell
respectfully.
us who Monica is?
Do you
Have
know who Monica is?
Have you
Yvette?
met
Do
Monica?
you know who she is?
Stop it! Stop it!
Do you know who she is?
Have you met Monica?
Stop it!
Have you met
Do you know
Monica?
her? Do you know why she's filled with so much hate? And why does everyone hate her? And why does she cause so much
Jarrell,
trouble?
you just
know
spent
who
a lot
she
of
is?
real people.
Have you met Monica? If you ain't met
Everybody
Monica,
shut
you're
the fuck
irrelevant.
up.
You're irrelevant. You're irrelevant.
Stop it! Please,
I
guys.
don't know you.
Shut the
I don't
fuck
know you.
up.
I don't know
Take a
you.
breath. Take a breath,
don't know you.
please. We can't understand you.
Oh my
Understand
fucking
this.
God.
Monica, show your face. Push the button. Show your face. I dare you to show your face.
It don't take much.
Show your face.
It don't take
But
much.
Show
It
your
don't take
face.
much.
You
Everybody
guys
Show your
got
face,
that.
coward. Show your face.
It don't
I'm
take
an
much.
avatar.
Stop it.
My channel. Please, we just want to have a conversation.
But you know
I
what?
don't know you. I don't know you.
Okay, no. And I'll say this. No. Let me say this.
Right
in a
now.
nice way.
Stop it,
With
Mr.
all
Mr.
due respect, dear Yvette, I don't know you.
I understand.
You're relevant to what we got going on.
Okay, I'm an avatar for tonight. That's all.
Listen, I just muted everybody. So
Now y'all can hear us.
now you can hear me.
Don't matter what you say, nobody can hear you. You're gonna listen to the
Now
person
listen to fucking
that is
me.
on the channel.
Y'all can keep talking. You're muted. So I want to know why.
Well, that's nice, Perry. Thank you. Thank you. Well, then get the fuck off of our channel.
Okay, shut up, Cody.
Bye, bitch. Bye. Okay, see you then. Bye. Bye.
They're muted.
I know. Bye. 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 Bye.
Oh
Bye.
So I found out about Marcella's husband, I believe. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember I don't remember the order of events. What I do know is that y'all know Nosy's channels that went down. And so I was in the middle of going live when I found out about it. When I found about it, I posted the links in the chat and I left it at that. I think I had called her after that too. I think I called everybody and I was like, y'all know we need to be quiet about things. You know, let the people who want to talk about it, they got off YouTube now. We're getting her set up on Twitch. You know, let it be let her go over to Twitch. Maybe, you know, the drama between her and all these other YouTubers will go away. And I guess in the midst of that, Marcella, Princess, and Nosy fell out. So, you know, I asked about it. Oh, I think maybe Princess called me. And, you know, I was like, well, I think I talked to Nosy and Marcella first. And I think that's when I found out that Marcella's husband was sick or whatever. And she was like, you know, just stay out of it. I talked to Nosy. Nosy was like, just stay out of it. And so I had to talk to them first because I talked to Princess last. And I was like, well, I mean, like, a million girls have told me this week to stay out of Black women's business, or women's business. And so that's what I did. And on top of that, I just had stuff going on. And I honestly, I didn't really have time to even get involved in it. So, I talked to Marcella. You know, I called her every morning to make sure what's going on with her husband, because again, that's concerning. And because I'm already dealing with death in my family, I wanted to make sure she was okay. I know that Sinitra had called me. I talked to her. She prayed for me. And then she called me twice and prayed for me. And then I talked to Nosy because I have something that I have to do for her at the same time as well. I hadn't talked to Princess because I just didn't know. I wasn't reaching out to anyone really. I just knew I needed to reach out to Marcella and Nosy because I had a deadline with her to get something done. So, on Saturday, like I said, I found out that my other family member was passing away, but I had Pride on Sunday, and this guy was designing this outfit for me, and I had to go to the fabric store with him, pick out what I wanted. We had to come up with the design together, and all this stuff was going on. So I think in the midst of that, I signed on to Nosey's Live, and I'll get to that towards the end of the video, because at that same time, there was some YouTubers that were kind of attacking me. So Sunday hits, and I believe Princess called me back again. Or did she call me originally on Sunday? I don't remember when Princess called me. I believe it's Saturday or Sunday. Either way, I know she told me that I'm not thinking this is very serious. I'm like, y'all will get over it. It's not nothing that's that bad. Again, I haven't really seen anything online about it. I just heard, this is how everyone feels. And again, I was told not to get involved in it, so I didn't. So, I got my outfit made. Sunday came. I went to the park. I celebrated Pride. We were supposed to have my podcast live, but we ended up not being able to do it because they had so many performers there that we didn't get it done. So I enjoyed myself Sunday because, again, I just needed a break. And if you guys have watched any of my videos on YouTube, I always say, it's okay to take a break. And I'm really good for taking breaks, like random ones, and not even saying anything because my peace comes before anything. So Monday, I wake up to text messages, phone calls, Instagram messages, everything. And I realized that I'm in the middle of some shit and I didn't even know. And I was like, man, I really don't feel like dealing with this right now. And I kind of got depressed because I'm like, I'm dealing with too much right now. Like, this is too much. I saw there was a video. They were reading my text messages from like 3 months ago. And when I watched it, I was like, well, I didn't really say anything bad. So, I'm not really worried about it. But I then ended up watching one of my good friends' channels. I was like, let me see what the narrative is that's going on. So at least I know how to address it when I do come back. And so I understand that for some people, how I do things, they don't like it, but that's with all of us. I'm always going to try to be the peacemaker. I'm always going to try to be the inspirational moment or whatever it is, because I've been through so much shit in my life. YouTube drama is the last thing that I'm going to be really worried about. And so they're like, have you saw this video? Have you saw this video? Have you saw this video? I'm like, no, I told y'all I don't watch people that are not for me because it's just not for me. It's not for me. And so I started seeing this narrative of, why do I support Nosey? Why do I support Nosey? And, I don't think people understand, like, when I first met her, it was a very explosive moment. And because I didn't know her, like, I didn't automatically go into judgment mode. I just didn't know her. So, I was like, let me get to know her. And the conversation we had after that kind of gave me like a little bit more insight on her. As time went on, I learned a lot more about her because I started watching some of her videos. We had personal conversations, and I realized that she's been through a lot. So it kind of made me cleave towards her a little bit more because some of the things that she's been through, I've been through. And her story to me was just really powerful. And so I realized that I was starting to like her or whatever. So let's see. So I ended up talking to Marcella Monday, and she kind of talked to me about what was going on. And I was kind of listening, but I really wasn't listening because I think I was still trying to process at that time what was going on. Like, how did I even get involved in anything? And it wasn't until I watched everything on that person who read all my text messages, why there was so much mess going on for me. And I told Marcel, I was like, well, you know, I've read what's going on. You know, people want me to speak up for you and speak up for Princess, and where's Sinitra? And I'm like, but again, y'all told me to stay out of y'all's business. And Marcel said, no, you're good, you're fine. And I said, well, you know, how's your husband? She said, you know, I think he was back in the hospital at that time. I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm here if you need me. I'll check on you. And so then, again, I have not talked to Princess at all. I still haven't talked to Princess. I actually tried to call her this morning, but she didn't answer the phone. So eventually, I'm pretty sure she'll see that I called her and call me back. But let's see. I guess let's go to this whole nosy thing. So people are wondering, you know, well, why? What's the relationship? I think that that's not really important, but to me, just to give a little bit of insight, for me, because I shared some of the experiences that she's gone through, it does make me see her in a different light. So when she did the Nicki Minaj story, you know, because I've been through that trauma, you know, I did watch it, but you know, there were some things that she put on there, like if like on her channel that she was talking about. If I didn't want to watch it, I just didn't watch it. And then we went on to the Costco girl, and you know, I've always been taught, you know, it's for a child, it's better to overreact than to underreact. So I'm like, you know, I didn't think nothing was wrong with it. So and then I also know her story, or, you know, her story that me and her had talked about, and what she had on her channel. So I'm like, you know, it makes sense. I also just feel like, you know, all her stuff is gone off of YouTube. Like, you know, we saw her emotional and everything. So for me, if you've ever watched my channel, y'all know I talked about my mother having 6 sisters, and most of the people that are on YouTube that I have like friendships with are women. So I did feel bad, you know. I feel bad that happened to her. So, you know, I acted as soon as I found out what was going on, because I didn't like it. I'm like, if y'all don't like her, just stop watching it. And so now I'm on YouTube, I'm coming back, and I'm like, it's every time I'm scrolling my timeline, all I see is her. I'm like, I see her more now than I seen her before she was on here. So I still don't understand, you know, y'all taking her off of here, because I see her more on YouTube now than I ever seen her. So I think Saturday it was, I went onto her channel. I think I'm gonna save that for last, because it kind of ties into the last part of this. Yeah, I'll say that for last. So I do want to say this. I did talk to Marcella today, and she told me that I'm allowed to say this, that her husband is doing fine. I know I was personally worried about her husband's like not being here anymore, because from what I thought she was telling me, it sounded like he was on his way out of here. So I did think that, but she told me that he's doing a lot better. Y'all can talk to Marcella about that, the details about that, but she did tell me to let you guys know that he's doing a lot better, and he's getting a lot healthier. So she said he ain't going nowhere. All right. So now let's talk about this, what happened on Monday, where these text messages were read. So since the beginning of meeting Nosy, and going on her channel for the first time and finding out, I can't remember who actually inboxed me, texted me, whatever it was, to say that they had found out who the avatar was. Now, prior to this, I had a relationship with another YouTuber, in which when I first left that channel, she was like really trying to be supportive, but I don't know what she's trying to do at this point, because I never thought like she was going to be like documenting my text messages or whatever. I mean, my inbox on Instagram, because she's never had my phone number. And you know, if y'all, well, all of y'all, especially the ones who have it, if I really rock with you, you actually have my phone number. But we were really cool. I think we really connected, because she was talking about Girlfriends, and as y'all, again, if you watch the show, you know Girlfriends is one of my favorite TV shows. So that's how we connected. We did an interview together, and then after that, we kind of communicated back and forth. There was another interview I did, and she was talking to me about that, and I won't get into our messages about that at all. But around the time that I had met Nosy, well, I guess when whoever contacted me to go over to Nosy's channel, and I think it was Marcella. She was like, you should hit up Nosy. You want me to give her your phone number? And I was like, no, because I'm not trying to get into nothing else, Marcella. I said, let me stay in the bushes. And actually, I had never even been to Nosy's channel at this point, because I really was like trying to stay out of everything. So I was doing my podcast, and I don't know if it was Marcella called me. Someone called me, and they were like, they found out who the avatar was. So I was like, oh, let me go over here and check and see who it is. Just for fun. So I went over there, and I saw this video from this lady in the grocery store. And I was like, oh, shit, that sounds just like her. And apparently a lot of people thought it sounded like her. So let me go to these messages. And I know that, if y'all want to view them, she posted them. So let's go to them. Okay. So she read the message from that June the 18th. This was talking about she's worried about me, being upset about the content in the morning that she made, and talking to the lady that was on Nosy's live. It says she's been contacting attorneys and trying to clear the info. If you truly believe that this was the avatar, then I will respect you and back off. Otherwise, you are free to join me on talking to her. Maybe clearing anything again. I'm trying to be fair about the situation. Now, everyone's been talking to me about doxing or whatever and this stuff. Now, prior to this, I had no idea what it was. None. And so back on June the 12th, because we were kind of talking like what was going on the YouTube streets, behind the scenes. And I was like, I think they had found her, and because somebody had made a video, and she said, wow. And I said, I think I know that's her name because of when she signed up for Clubhouse. She said, wow, crazy. I said that bio on the video seems to match her too. She said, yeah, but this shit is too much. She said too much, like this mission to find her name, it's too much. And I said, I haven't been, laying it any mind, paying it any mind. I knew she wasn't the Saul's lady. That's what everyone kept saying. So I kept it pushing. I said, I keep telling people, I don't care what she looks like. Okay. So I think she went out of town. She said, hey, I just got back from being out of town. How are you doing? I said, good. And you, just checking on you. She said, it was a crazy week. I have a legal rep from that channel that contacted me. And I said, why? With the eyes rolling. And she said, the doxing shit. So they're looking into it too. She said, I got so info from someone in the camp too. They leaked an email to me, and I was like, what's doxing? Because I had no idea what it was. And so she explained to me what doxing was, right? And so I'm going to skip these messages because that has nothing to do with anything. And let's go back down to the message that I just read. So we're at the 18th. Now on the 18th, my channel got monetized. And I had planned in that morning I scheduled that morning to do like a Q&A because of what had happened on the 17th when that lady came up on Nosy's channel. And, I wasn't really comfortable with what happened because, again, I was confused and I had never been over to Nosy's channel. And, it was a lot because, it was like the yelling back and forth. and then they started throwing like spells at each other, or not spells, but curses. Or I think the lady threw a curse and then Nosy threw it back, something like that. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out how you signed in to StreamYard without logging in with your name or whatever. And I actually learned, I think I had said it on one of my lives. I'm like, she was right, but I didn't realize every time that I log on to StreamYard, I log on from my computer, but from your phone, I guess you can do it, you know, through your Google account or whatever. So, you know, and I said, I was like, you know, I was wrong. So I said, I would like to talk to you outside of her. I don't want to speak to that woman ever again. And I'll tell you why, because I have respect for you. And at the time, me and her were cool. So, you know, I figured I could talk to her. And again, I did not know anything about Nosy really at all this point. I didn't even know that she had beefs in the internet streets at this point. Because I really was kind of new to the whole thing. And she said, I understand. I said, if you want to talk, let me know, but I need you to be informed because I have nothing but respect for you. And there is some things that you don't know. Now, whatever we talked about in this conversation, I'm sure she's probably video recorded and she'll release it whenever she has it. But she said that, hey, sorry, I had to get off another phone call. I said, are you good? And she said, think about questions that you feel you want cleared up. I mean, y'all know what she said. Y'all probably already watched this. So I gave her questions that I had. And again, y'all have probably already seen this stuff. So she got to the point where she said, type in exactly the name you use to search. So I sent her the names. And she said, all searches on Google. And I said, there are so many names. She said, yes, but all the searches you did are on Google, correct? I said, yes. Now, mind you, this all happened within like minutes because I had just found out about Nosy's channel. And well, not just found out about, but this person I've been over there to find out what had been going on. So where's it at? So I said, yeah, she said, okay. I said, and other people did searches on other things and it leads back to her. Now, the reason why I said that was because when this stuff started happening, the YouTube streets would not stop sending me stuff in my inbox. So I seen stuff from different platforms. It wasn't all Google stuff. So this is why I said this to her. Now, when she read this on her channel, she kind of scrolled over this part. So I did say, and other people did searches, but I never did searches on her because I didn't care. And like I read earlier, I told her I didn't really care. You know, when I went over there for like, oh, okay, well, what does she look like? You know, since everybody wanted to know. And, you know, it was interesting. I wanted to see what she looked like. So she said, I'll look into it as well. So that night, I actually went on my channel and I spoke on what happened. I kind of spoke on my experience. And for some reason, no one ever seen this. But I also know because my channel was really like positive, people don't want to watch that. And I know that Sunny always says like, you know, she does politics, but no, she only gets like 30 people in the thing. So when I was making my morning motivational like things, people were watching it, but it wasn't like when all the beef stuff goes on. So I'm sure people miss it. And this was my first time getting monetized. And I was like on a 4-hour live, even though this was at the beginning of the whole thing. So I knew people didn't watch it. So I'm gonna pull up my my live so you guys can see what I said. And you know, again, this is how I felt in me taking accountability. Yeah, this one. See you doing your thing. Absolutely, I'm going to keep on doing that. All right, give me a second, guys. So listen, last night was a lot. It was a lot. And again, I cannot confirm or not confirm who that lady was, but in my heart, I felt like that was who I thought it was. And my inside, on the inside, it was taking a lot. It took a toll on me. I want to miss a super chat. Thank you, boo. This is fun, Jessica. Hey, and so I got out of character, and although everybody kept saying you didn't, for me, I felt like that. And I don't know if that lady was who I thought that lady was, but I felt like that, and I had to give off what I gave off, and I so apologize if it looked bad for you guys. Come on, y'all. Life changing 2020. Love you and keep being you. I watched you last night on Nosy Live. I also believe in my heart. It's the lady tried explaining too much. Absolutely. And I'm telling you, it was a lot of lies for me. It was the lies for me. But I sincerely pray for that lady. I sincerely want the best for that lady. I sincerely don't want ill will towards anyone. And I really don't know what to say because, again, in my heart of hearts, I felt like that was her. So let's go there. Let me scroll back up to the top because y'all send me questions and I want. Okay, so I went back to my question and answer after I had addressed it. Because I wanted to make sure that I did say something. Now, when I did that, that wasn't because the rabbit was like, say something or whatever it was. I did that out of my own heart because I was like, that's an older lady. Like, I didn't really want no backlash. And I didn't know what the doxing stuff was. I didn't know what the backlash from that came from was. So, I made sure I said, I don't want nothing bad for her. So maybe you guys didn't hear the word, I apologize, but I didn't feel like I needed to apologize for anything because I didn't do anything to the lady. I asked her questions. I was trying to figure out how she signed on to the thing. I did ask her, to say, what the phrase was from that other channel. I remember saying it, I think even Nosy was like, it might not be her. We went back and forth because it was so random as to how everything happened. It was so fast for me that literally while it was happening, I couldn't really process the full thing. So the next day when I woke up, I was like, I wanted to say something about it. So that's what I said. And I actually was on someone else's channel and said the same thing. So, but because people don't want to watch anything where like the person is positive on the channel, everybody misses this stuff. I sincerely meant everything that I said, I just didn't know at that time who she was. And I still don't know who she is today. I know that, I don't think that she's the avatar today, but whatever she had going on and whatever people was looking up, I don't know. I personally didn't look up anything besides that day when they told me, like, look at the Google stuff and the names that come up underneath there. And again, I did think that the name that I said was hers because I saw it on her account on that Clubhouse. So I just thought it was, but again, I wasn't even equipped to be there or talk to that lady. And people are like, well, I feel like I was like, I think I said it was the lies for me. And they're like, well, what if she was nervous? I'm like, I was nervous. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. I literally got on there. I had never met Nosy before in my life. Nosy's a big personality. So when she's talking to her and she's asking questions and then I'm asking questions and then they start, I curse you and I curse you. Listen, I ain't never been around people cursing each other at all. So I was shocked. And I think after we got off of there, Nosy, I think I talked to her on the phone and she told me, because I think she said I cursed in the name of Jesus. And I'm like, can you do that? And Nosy was like, that's hoodoo or something like that. So she kind of explained to me what it was. So I didn't know what was going on. So the same way that y'all are like, she was nervous, shit, I was nervous. I didn't know what was going on. And again, I had never been to Nosy's channel before. I never met her before. And I wanted to go over there and I wanted to see, I was being nosy like everybody else. And in hindsight, I just wish that I didn't do it because now I realize, I guess when this first started, it was only like maybe 6 people. And I think I said that in the video, it was like 6 people. And really, I don't get a lot of, I haven't gotten a lot of flack about it. Every once in a while, I'll get a little post like, you were mean to that lady. You were mean to that lady. You need to apologize to that lady. And I already did. And I kept on saying I already did. I've explained it so many times. But once all this stuff started happening again from these text messages, that everybody's confused and they're listening, but they're not actually reading what she's saying. And they're missing this portion of the whole situation. So after that, and I'm not going to read this verbatim because y'all probably already have seen it. On that live, the lady asked, she said, if you think that if you find out that you're wrong, I want you to bring me back on here and apologize. So I did contact that other blog and I said, I promised her that if I felt like that, I would do it. And I said, even though I don't feel that way, because this was the second day after this, and I still didn't know what was going on. I knew that this was an older lady. So I was like, I want to go on. I did still have questions, and I didn't even know if she would even answer them, but I didn't know anything.